What happens to your retirement strategy when the markets are falling and inflation is rising and suddenly you have to rethink everything? In times like these, people are typically asking the same urgent question, and that is, should I go ahead and claim my Social Security benefits now earlier than I had planned to? Well, in today's Financial Freedom video, we're going to be breaking down some real world scenarios and show you how timing your Social Security benefits can make or break your retirement plans in volatile markets. So definitely stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, certified financial planner and president and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. We want to welcome you back to our channel. Well, Carson, I have a question. When markets are tanking, inflation is high, and retirees are feeling all sorts of pressure, why should someone wait to claim their Social Security benefits when everything else feels uncertain? Shouldn't people just take the money and help buffer their retirement savings?
Well, Andrew, that's always a very unique question that people are asking when it comes to Social Security because unfortunately there's so much concern around this program becoming insolvent. And so one of the things that I always tell people that it makes sense for you to feel this way. And so I always have to empathize with my clients if they're feeling like they should start their Social Security benefits before we had planned for them to start it within their retirement. But here's the thing, Andrew, when people start to file for Social Security benefits or make any sudden moves because of sudden blips in the stock market, and you're basically doing things out of fear, it would kind of be like someone, Andrea, having a backup generator and will actually go use that backup generator just because the lights flickered a bit or maybe went out for a few minutes. You might feel a bit safer just for a moment, Andrea, but you may end up using up resources that you may need later when the real storm hits in your retirement. So you really have to consider that when you're thinking about your Social Security benefits or any planning, it's not about just surviving the first 12 months of your retirement. It's about surviving the next 25 years. And that's where this video today is really going to be helpful because it's going to provide you with a real life example of how you may want to think about planning for your Social Security benefits in a down market. And make sure you do stick around to the end, as I'm going to, as always, provide you with a moral of this video to let you know how this information can impact you throughout your retirement years. But before we get into that, there are always two rules to retirement income that we'd like to give you. And Andrew, what are those two rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money. And rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our lesson today to talk about how you may think about filing for your Social Security benefits during a recession. Now, as a financial advisor, there is no bigger question that I get from my clients other than when should they claim their Social Security benefits? And that question becomes more critical of an analysis when you're thinking about should you claim those benefits in a recession or rely more on your individual portfolio income. Now, just to give you an overview of what happens if you claim those Social Security benefits early or waiting to claim those benefits, it's always important to start out by noting that if you do decide to take benefits early, like at age 62, that is going to be a permanent reduction on your benefits for life. And if you wait to your full retirement age, you can get your full benefits, 100% of it with no reduction. And waiting to age 70 will get you about 8% more per year if you delay those benefits past your full retirement age. So from 67 to 70, you'll get 8% more credited to your Social Security monthly income, and that's for life as well. But it's not just that simple, especially when you're trying to bridge your income gap. But deciding on if you should start your Social Security benefits early during turbulent times is a very critical question that you need to have an answer for. Now, in stable markets, delaying your Social Security benefits is basically a no-brainer. It's a great idea, right? Because you know that the markets are stable and you can delay those benefits and rely on your portfolio income. And therefore, you're going to have more guaranteed income later and you're going to have a higher lifetime benefit. Everybody's happy. But in turbulent times, the strategy of relying just on your portfolio income is going to come under some serious pressure for sure. Because if you delay your Social Security benefits and you're relying more heavily on your portfolio income early on, if we are experiencing a bear market and you're pulling income from that portfolio, unfortunately, you're going to be locking in those losses permanently. You don't have time for those dollars to recover because you're relying on that portfolio income, because you're delaying your Social Security benefits. And of course, if you're doing this early on in your retirement, it can have a substantive negative impact on how long your money will last throughout your retirement years. So I like to use examples in my videos in order to bring this home and to really highlight how this could play out in real time. So let's just say you have John and Sarah, both recently retired at age 67. They each have a need of $5,000 per month for income. Now, let's just say for illustrative purposes only that they both have approximately $1.2 million in a diversified portfolio averaging about 6% a year. Now, let's assume that a bear market hits and their portfolio drops 20% in 1 year. Now, even though the market has dropped, John has chosen to delay his Social Security benefits to age 70 because why? He wants to get the higher Social Security benefit later. And he may have his reasons for doing that. So, with that being said, he's going to withdraw his full $5,000 per month from his portfolio for the first 3 years in his retirement. When he finally claims Social Security, yes, his benefit is going to be approximately $3,800 per month. Now, Sarah decides to claim her Social Security benefits now to take less pressure off her portfolio. Now, Sarah's benefit is only going to be $3,100 per month, but because she is drawing her Social Security benefits now, she only needs to withdraw $1,900 per month from her portfolio. And so by doing this, Sarah is actually avoiding locking in any steep losses that is taking place during this market decline, and she's giving her investments more time to recover. What's the results if they both live to age 82? Now, we don't show all of the numbers here, but because John is completely relying on his portfolio, at age 82, he does have a higher Social Security income, but his portfolio is actually 10 to 15% smaller than Sarah's. Now, Sarah will have less guaranteed income from Social Security, but she has much more financial flexibility and portfolio solvency because she decided to actually take pressure off her portfolio by going ahead and taking her Social Security benefits at her full retirement age. Now, when you're looking at this very general example, what really is the right move for John and Sarah? Now, when it comes to these types of matters, it's really not a one size fit all situation. Here's how you may need to look at this. If the markets are down and volatility is very high, starting your Social Security early can really act like a buffer, as you saw in Sarah's situation, and of course, reducing your need to sell investments at a loss. But you also have to consider longevity risk as well. Delaying your Social Security still will offer the best hedge if you are going to live a long life, but you also have to weigh that against the cost of your portfolio withdrawals today. So you have to determine what type of market you're in, and you might need to sit down with a certified financial planner to help you with these situations. Then you also have to consider the cash flow needs. Do you need the income now? Or can you bridge that gap with a cash reserve or perhaps an annuity? Now, we did another video that showed how you can come ahead if you stabilize your income with an annuity strategy that would guarantee that income without having any market volatility. And that can be critical in that situation for John. It may have actually helped him in the long run if he was able to sit down with someone and actually implement that type of strategy. And then last but not least, your health and life expectancy matters. If you have a known health concern, starting those Social Security benefits may just make more sense at that particular time because you want to make sure that you're able to reap the benefits now as opposed to waiting and end up maybe not even having the income from Social Security because you actually ended up getting sick and passing away too soon.
All right, Carson. So, what's the moral of this video?
Yeah, well, the moral of this video is that in uncertain times, Andrea, your greatest asset isn't just your money, it's also your flexibility around your money. And the question is not about whether you should claim your Social Security benefits early or claim your benefits later. It's all about, are you claiming those benefits out of need or are you claiming them out of fear? Because if it helps you to preserve your investments and it also gives you a peace of mind, claiming those benefits early might be the smarter play. But the key is to make sure that you are not claiming your benefits out of fear or reading the headlines to make decisions for you, but you're letting your long term goals, your financial timeline, and you're letting your numbers guide the strategy to help you make the choices that's going to impact your financial life. And as always, we'll love to hear from you. Go ahead and drop us a comment in the section below and let us know, would a recession make you claim your benefits early or would you wait? We would love to hear what your thoughts are. When it comes to these types of matters, make sure that you reach out to a financial professional in your area to help you with these types of decisions.
After this video, please check out our other videos that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers. Please note that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for an independent fiduciary advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today.